What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on 173 TV. Today we are going to be wrapping my single cab short bed Silverado in lieu of the holidays and getting into that festive spirit. Stay tuned. And I'm going to take you guys along and walk you through and give you some tips and tricks. Like the first one, if you want to wrap your car or truck, don't be out in the wind because it's going to make this twice as difficult. So we're going to move. Let's get the wrapping. So just something to keep in mind, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. I know it sounds kind of obvious, but if you really take the time and set all the paper up, get all the creases, what's really going to separate you from anyone else that does this is how well you get the creases in these body lines. Because if someone walks up to the truck and you just kind of like, put the wrapping paper over it and they don't see that crease, it looks like shit. Also, with that being said, this wrap is definitely going to be, the classic, 20 footer. Like from 20 feet away, it looks amazing. And then once you get up close, you start seeing a lot of the sins that you have to repay for. Like, it's not going to be perfect. This isn't 3M wrap. It's not going to stretch. It's not going to contort to all the different curves of the body. Another really big tip to keep in mind is save all of the scraps that you are cutting, because those tiny scraps are what are going to be your filler pieces, like all the tiny nooks and crannies that obviously a whole sheet is just too big for. Make sure you're saving your paper and maximizing it. And there are plenty of other tips that I'm going to give you guys along the way, but lastly, make sure that you're going to do this with a vehicle you're not going to drive, because it does take, like, this whole truck will probably take me about a day and a half, 2 days to get it really nice and professional. With that being said, if you have friends that have some spare time that want to come out, more than one set of hands makes this go so much more streamlined. Obviously, there is a lot more work to be done. And instead of doing a death by time lapse, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and we'll see you then. And just like that, other side's wrapped. To give you guys an idea, I haven't really put a dent about halfway through the roll, but I've already gone through about one thing of Scotch tape. So I bought 3. I'm gonna see how much further that'll get me. So the next tip I'm gonna give you guys is for fenders. Pop your hood, and you're also gonna open your passenger door. Now again, I always save doors for last, because once you tape them up and you close them, opening them is just asking for rips, tears, tape to come off, and you're annoyed. Again, you get what you put in here. So with the hood up, you can get underneath and into that crease. And with your door open, you don't have to worry about the paper coming off because you haven't wrapped it yet. And you can get behind here in this crease as well. So that way, it's just going to show the body line more, and it's going to make your wrap look that much more spicy. So I'm going to throw you guys on the time lapse, and we're going to hop to it. Again, I cannot stress it enough. This is going to be a 20 footer. So from 20 feet away, this is going to look amazing. But up close, again, because of all the body lines and that curvature of the vehicle, whatever it is that you drive, unless you are very nitpicky, you're going to need to sit there and tape a lot of seams. But this is coming along very nicely, getting the holly jolly spirit. I'm just about through a roll. So the first roll took this fender and the whole bed minus the tailgate. So again, just keeping you guys in tune with what we need. In the meantime, we've gone ahead and gotten the roof covered. We have been through one roll of wrapping paper. I'm on to my second. So that is 11.3 yards in a roll. And that got both sides of the bed, the roof, and both front fenders. Welcome to day 2 of our wrapping adventure. Apologies in advance if I sound sniffly. It is a nice, balming 35 degrees out. That's what life is like here on the Northeast. Today, we're going to get back into it, and we're going to do the hood next. Time lapse. Hood is done, and I can assure you the video isn't going to do it justice, but this sheen I think is going to start attracting small aircraft or birds or other wildlife, because this thing is sparkling. And I'll tell you what, man, someone, you know, this isn't 3M wrap, but I'll tell you what, these edges are looking pretty crispy. I'm pretty proud of that. Of course, we're going to be saving the best for last, the doors. It's definitely the biggest bear out of this entire job. Multiple reasons for that. One, of course, being, you know, it's higher than the rest of the truck. So you want to take your pattern that you have already laid out and you want to keep, or try to at least keep it matched. A lot of these wrapping papers, they have odd patterns that doesn't really, you know, they don't connect. But if you start changing the direction of your paper from like vertical to horizontal, people are going to notice it, and it's going to make it look a little bit like kind of like double take. So we don't want that, for one. And no time lapses on this one. And just like that, wrapped. You what though, this hard work paying off, paying dividends. Look at those creases, man. Look at that. And the door handle's cut out. It looks legit. Every nook and cranny. Again, you're gonna get in what you put into this. Whew. Beauty shots incoming. Oh, hey, here we are again. Day 3 and hopefully the final day. We are car-hearted up again because it is a balmy 29 degrees here in the wonderful Maryland. The goals for today is the finishing touches, all the little finesse stuff. And of course, for finishing touches, we're gonna start with our garland. I got 50 feet, and really, I'm just trying to cover all of this black with garland. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we're gonna give it a try. We have successfully gotten the garland fender flares installed. Let me give you some helpful tips. This definitely became not fun very quickly. The biggest tip that I will give you is you're gonna find places to wrap the garland and then pull tension, and then in here you're gonna tape one piece and layer the garland and try and cover up your track. So if you look hard enough, you can see a couple of tape pieces that are still out, but I mean, for garland fender flares, I think that's about as good as you're gonna get. Very, very festive. It feels so good to say that we are done. Look at this thing. My goodness. Better than I could have even hoped. I mean, how can you just look at this thing and not smile? That's the kind of thing I love about doing a nice Christmas wrap. It just brings all the festive feelings right on out. Any tips for the lights I could give you? Well, whatever side of the car, obviously, that you have the lights coming out of, I have mine coming out of the door, and I'll show you my power source. But the main thing that I'm gonna tell you is, whatever door you have those lights running out of, you're gonna need to do your best to not open it, because you run the risk of shifting tape around and shifting the lights, and I've already cracked 2 or 3 of them. Now, the next step, we're gonna get those excellent, crispy, fresh Xmas photos, you know, kind of like the whole point of doing this. Then we're gonna move on to our durability testing and see what this wrap can take. right, so now that we're super festive, we're ready for some photos and to do the durability testing. It probably isn't the greatest idea to be out here just like a deer in hunting season, but whatever. So, starting off the durability test, we have burnout, top speed, and of course, mud. Burnout, we're not working with a whole lot here on the tires, so we're gonna save that for last. But now, top speed. I think this is gonna surprise people. I put a lot of time into this. I personally think the roof is probably gonna go, but everything, I mean, maybe the doors, but this bed, I don't think that's gonna be rock solid. We could go to McDonald's in this, honestly. But anyway, let's hop to it. We have a nice, long, green straight. I could probably get to 50 a little bit more, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna go around the bend here and give it the business. And we're gonna go ahead and place you guys right here, see what this thing will do. Well, that was every bit of 50, and we do have some casualties. Man, I worked so hard on this garland. I lost the door, which, whatever. The garland, it's just whatever. There we are, good as new. Hood's good. All right. So really, we just lost the door and a little part of the roof. Now we're on to the mud test. Personally, I think this is gonna go horrible. Nothing is safe, and it will never look like this good. Dude, the wrap is mint. I don't understand why people don't do this at all. I mean, this whole side, I only did 2 passes, but whichever. Let's see here. Oh, dude. Dude. My garland, it's all up now. And my light. It smokes like that all the time, just ignore that. But I think it's successful. I think that's a great mud test. My personal favorite test, the burnout test. I lost my Sharpie, but we're just gonna go ahead and cross that off. Now, this might not look like a whole lot, but it's honest work. This is our only burnout pad. It is a piece of asphalt that is just wide enough to make this happen. So I'm gonna maneuver a little bit, burn them off.
My garland good?
So, in closing, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The Christmas wrap was such an incredibly fun video to make. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember, when you're out in the holiday seasons traveling around, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Make sure when you see your family that you tell them that you love them. Enjoy all of the festivities of the holidays. And if you guys want to come back and see more videos, leave a like, comment, share. Motivates me just a little bit more to make videos. And until next time, I'll see you on 173 TV.